Yan. Well, for me, thinking on its own is hard. So now we need to be critical about what we think about. Hi! And we're back, and we're gonna talk about something different today. And so today, we would like to share our thoughts on how to handle our lives in the context of work. How to be proactive in the office. For me, in the Tagalog sense, proactive is being bibo. Yan, mga bibo kids. You know, sometimes people are offended with people who have so much initiative, no? Feeling nila, ano yan? Bato, nagpapalakas ba to sa boss niya? Laging bida. Yan, no? Is it bad to be proactive?
Shouldn't be bad kasi you're just trying to help out your company. You're trying to be excellent in what you do.
So, proactive is good. How do you become proactive?
You're not waiting for anyone else to tell you what to do because you already know what you have to do. You already know the end goal. You have a specific goal or specific result that you need to do, and then on how you're going to do that, that's on you na. That's your initiative on how you're going to do that.
It's clear that what you need to do, and you do it right away, no? It's not delaying.
In our line of business, being proactive is the game. Because it's because it's fashion, so we have to anticipate what's going to happen ahead of time. This is something that we do it every day as the structure of the company is built. So we are proactive in that sense.
Making sure that you're ahead of the game. Sabi nila, it's being ahead of the curve. Any practical tips on being proactive?
Try to learn a new skill or read a book or join a seminar because
good.
in those, when you expose yourself to new learnings, you could actually try to apply those in your current work.
So it's leveling up what you know.
Yes, you add value to your organization.
Being proactive is also managing time properly. It will also help you in time management.
Yeah.
So that you can have a better organization that will run in its full capacity.
Number 2, how to cultivate leadership skills. When we talk about leadership, it's not just about leading ourselves, but it's most probably leading others. And that's leadership, no? We level up from being a self-managed to managing people. So how do we cultivate leadership skills?
First and foremost, leadership is not about a possession because you could actually cultivate leadership skills. Even if you're not a manager, you could lead or manage kahit yung same level mo lang.
Yeah.
So how are you going to do that in trying to learn how to manage people?
Leadership skills is both caught and taught.
Yeah.
So you cannot really lead somebody if there are not people following you.
It's important that they see you doing it. Yeah.
Right. You can develop that by having mentors, reading books, you teach yourself. It has a different effect on you when you see somebody who's also leading.
Yeah.
So you can get their best practices and apply it to your organization or to your personal life.
It's very important that we know how to lead ourselves first before we can lead others. It's very difficult now when we give instructions, but we don't live it out as leaders.
And that you're there to serve. You're not really there to sit around and wait for results, but you're actually with them, in the thick of things, that you are with them.
So that's really servant leadership and making sure that it's not all about results, but it's all about growing them also as future leaders, growing their careers. Making sure that we have the results, that's good. But it's also about the relationships that we have. Hirap, no? When you're a leader and then maraming tension, maraming miscommunication. So, number 3, on how to strengthen self-confidence. How to strengthen self-confidence is motivating ourselves. Hindi, we can do it. I'm confident. I'm equipped.
I think if it scares you, it's worth trying. And I think that could build your self-confidence.
Yeah.
Let's say in the office, you're afraid of speaking in public. If you're given the opportunity, then maybe go at it and see. Then from there, you can build on that confidence.
Maybe you could set up yourself to win when you try to set goals like what we have discussed in the very first episode. When you set up goals, you set up big goals and you set up small goals as well. So as you hit those small goals, you
become
kind of
more confident.
you kind of
Yeah.
gain confidence,
Yeah.
little by little, for you to be able to get to the big goal or to the ultimate
Yeah.
goal that you have.
On a practical level is maybe ask for feedback
Mm.
so that you know specifically where you need to improve on, and also if something is great about you, you know, and if something is your strength, then you can get feedback and then you can build your confidence on that.
And for our last how-to, it says how to develop critical thinking. Yan. Well, for me, thinking on its own is hard. So now we need to be critical about what we think about.
Maybe that's when you try to question your assumptions. Or you do not assume anything, you try to question everything.
Alright.
You try to diagnose, or you try to analyze one problem or one idea very analytically. Determine the cause and effect of each.
That's good. You know, I think one of the reasons why it's very important to learn critical thinking, unfortunately, the reality is we can't find all the answers in the internet. It's always different for you and me. It's always a different issue. And critical thinking is really looking at it in a different perspective, checking all our alternatives. It's learning that there's no one way to answer a problem.
So I think a good way to build critical thinking is to be a problem solver. There's always a problem. Every day, there's always an issue. There's always a task at hand that needs to be finished.
Dealt with, yeah.
So having that practice of solving problems and just maybe telling your boss how to do a certain thing, or it could an improvement on something, so that you can think outside the box.
What's one thing that you can actually share to everyone that can develop them as a person?
I think it's important to have your relationship with God. It's your walk with God. We can be good at work, good in our personal lives, but I think the most important relationship that we can nurture is our relationship with God. Being deep into His Word and knowing what He has for us. Because He intended for us to have a full life, not just in our personal lives, but in every area of our life. Even if we have a lot of money and we are on top of our careers, if we don't have purpose and we don't know who we are in Christ and how He made us, we cannot enjoy anything, even if we are successful in the business or in career.
I was reminded of who I am in Christ. I was reminded that I am created in the image of God, that meron siyang purpose for me, and I'm destined to do all these things with His help, of course. And I was reminded that I have to draw from His strength. And very thankful din ako that I have this community here in the church that really empowers me and encourages me from time to time that I really need it the most. Very helpful siya talaga.
I really appreciate that when we talk about our relationship with God, it actually affects everything. The life that we have, it builds us to a deeper relationship with Him, but we are also made into a different level. We are being elevated to being more like Christ. And so, I hope you guys appreciate this episode, not only about work, but really about leveling up in life. I'm gonna end with this. That yes, a lot of things are happening in our lives. We want to level up, but we have to be reminded that He who is in us, which is God, is greater than he who is in the world, which is the problems that we have. We can all do this. We can all strengthen ourselves in walking in a right way that is pleasing to the Lord, and being reminded that He is in our lives. Thank you once again, KS and Garrett, for being such great resource people. Thank you for pouring out your lives to all of us. And for those who are tuning in, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts on how to level up in life. So write your comments. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you.
Bye.